I considered myself background, drifting through gatherings without significance. Friends overlooked me, neighbors forgot conversations, even Clara, my radiant older sister, rarely acknowledged existence unless comparison suited her ego. She excelled in everything: beauty, intelligence, social grace. Meanwhile, I lived quietly, painting unnoticed, writing under pseudonyms, building a secret world few imagined. When Clara announced her engagement, entire family erupted with celebration. She invited everyone important, including her future husband, Adrian. During introductions, our palms touched briefly, yet something extraordinary passed instantly. His expression faltered, pupils dilated, mouth parted. For a fraction, surrounding noise disappeared, replaced by silent recognition. Clara, oblivious, continued boasting about venue, dress, arrangement. She dismissed my occupation, laughingly calling me unemployed dreamer. I accepted mockery, though truth remained carefully concealed. Adrian, however, seemed unsettled, leaning closer, whispering polite questions, probing for details beyond superficiality. Throughout dinner, his attention returned repeatedly, like tide drawn by moon. My heart quickened despite resistance. Forbidden electricity coursed between us, undeniable, dangerous. Clara's laughter rang loudly, shielding her from tension beneath surface. I swallowed wine, hiding tremor in hands, knowing something irreversible had begun. That night, lying awake, his eyes haunted me relentlessly. Morning light spilled across curtains, but sleep never claimed me. Adrian's gaze haunted every thought, stirring emotions I had buried. Clara, blissfully unaware, called me early, gushing over wedding plans. Her excitement rang hollow inside me, echoing guilt already forming. I answered politely, hiding restless longing. After the call ended, silence weighed heavy, pressing secrets deeper. 2 evenings later, Clara hosted another dinner, inviting Adrian, parents, several friends. I arrived late, intentionally, hoping to avoid attention. Yet when I entered, Adrian's eyes immediately locked onto mine. Heat flushed through me as though spotlight targeted hidden desire. Conversations swirled around us, yet I felt tethered only to him. Whenever Clara leaned toward him, he nodded distractedly, clearly somewhere else entirely. When dessert arrived, Adrian excused himself. Minutes later, I slipped quietly toward hallway. He stood waiting near balcony, moonlight glinting across his profile. No words emerged initially, only silence stretching taut. Finally, he whispered my name, voice trembling, reverent, dangerous. I asked why he stared. He admitted recognition. Long ago he read my published writing under pseudonym, admiring mind behind those words. Shock rippled through me. My secret identity, unnoticed by family, had shaped his admiration. Our eyes lingered, closer than propriety allowed, hearts pounding dangerously fast. His confession unsettled me more than any compliment ever received. Clara's fiancé, the man everyone celebrated, admitted he had spent nights reading my words, memorizing rhythms, imagining the unseen writer. Now, standing inches away, his admiration burned into desire. I wanted distance, yet my feet betrayed me, stepping closer until our breaths mingled. Adrian's hand brushed mine briefly, accidental, perhaps, yet the spark shot like lightning through my veins. I should leave, I muttered, forcing control. He shook his head softly, whispering, I can't ignore this. Guilt clashed with exhilaration. Clara's laughter drifted faintly from dining room, reminding me of betrayal unfolding silently. Still, my body leaned forward, betraying conscience. His scent, intoxicating, drew me nearer. The balcony's shadow enclosed us, separating our moment from crowded celebration beyond. Adrian lifted trembling fingers toward my cheek but stopped short, restraint warring with craving. I closed eyes briefly, surrendering to sensation of his presence. The world outside blurred, only dangerous gravity between us mattered. Suddenly, footsteps approached, shattering fragile bubble. We recoiled instantly, masks restored. Clara appeared, radiant, oblivious, inviting us back inside. My heart thundered violently, secrets pressing harder against fragile walls. Forbidden fire had already been lit, impossible now to extinguish. After that balcony encounter, nothing returned to normal. Every glance between us became charged, every accidental touch unbearable. Clara chattered constantly about florists, menus, seating charts, yet Adrian's attention drifted toward me whenever he thought nobody noticed. My pulse quickened during those stolen moments, shame gnawing while hunger deepened. I told myself to stay away, but fate seemed determined otherwise. One rainy afternoon, Clara called, demanding I deliver sketches for her invitations. She insisted Adrian would be home, urging me to drop them off. I hesitated, then agreed reluctantly, though part of me anticipated danger. When I arrived, thunder rolled outside, windows blurred with water. Adrian answered door, surprise flashing across his features before transforming into something darker, heavier. Clara was absent, delayed by errands. We stood alone. Silence enveloped living room, broken only by storm. I extended folder, yet his hand covered mine intentionally, lingering. The contact burned through restraint. He whispered softly, "I've thought of you constantly." My knees weakened. I tried to speak, but words vanished. His thumb traced circles over my wrist, slow, deliberate. Electricity surged uncontrollably. Rain pounded harder, echoing heartbeat. I knew crossing this line meant betrayal beyond forgiveness, yet temptation consumed everything. Lightning illuminated the room as though heaven itself witnessed our downfall. Adrian's hand slid from my wrist to my shoulder, hesitant yet deliberate. My body quivered, torn between resistance and surrender. "We can't," I whispered, though my lips betrayed me by trembling toward his. His reply was a breath against my skin. "I already have." Then his mouth claimed mine, fierce, hungry, desperate. The kiss shattered every barrier I had built. Guilt screamed inside, yet passion drowned its voice. His arms enveloped me, pulling closer until rain's roar faded beneath the thundering of our bodies colliding. My folder of sketches slipped unnoticed to the carpet. I pressed against him, tasting desire that had been simmering since our first meeting. Time warped. Minutes felt infinite, dangerous, intoxicating. We stumbled toward sofa, tangled in heat, hands exploring forbidden terrain. Each touch carved deeper into betrayal, each breath heavier with lust. I forgot Clara, forgot consequences, remembered only his lips, his voice, his desperate confession that he had imagined me long before he ever met her. The storm outside became a soundtrack to our surrender. When finally we collapsed together, hearts pounding, silence returned, thick with sin. When the storm subsided, reality returned, cruel and heavy. I lay beside Adrian, chest rising quickly, mind spinning. Shadows of guilt crept in, whispering Clara's name relentlessly. I pulled away, gathering scattered sketches, trying to mask trembling hands. He reached for me, voice pleading, "Stay." My eyes met his, filled with conflict, regret, and undeniable longing. "This can't continue," I muttered, though part of me knew desire had already branded us. Clara's laughter echoed suddenly through doorway as she arrived home earlier than expected. Panic surged. Adrian straightened clothes hurriedly while I hid folder beneath arm. She entered smiling, raincoat dripping, unaware of what had unfolded minutes prior. She hugged Adrian, kissed his cheek, then turned toward me with casual indifference. My heart pounded so loudly I feared discovery, yet Clara's obliviousness shielded us, for now. That night, alone in bed, memories replayed endlessly. His lips, his words, his hands. Shame mixed with craving until sleep became impossible. I realized boundaries had been destroyed irreversibly. Adrian carried my secret, I carried his. Clara trusted us both, blind to betrayal woven beneath her future. The truth remained buried temporarily, but its weight promised eventual detonation. Desire had rewritten everything.